Kenya's 2025-2026 budget is under close scrutiny as it holds the key to the country's public sector reforms. The public wage bill is expected to rise to 1.17 trillion, far exceeding the recommended cap of 35% of total revenue.
The biggest thing we need to deal with, let us not focus on the wage bill, because we've tried and we are not making so much saving. Can we start with fighting corruption? Like, for example, the National Intelligence Service alone has got a bigger budget than the entire judiciary. None of you knows who the number of who work for the intelligence, for example.
Some of these ghost workers you hear about in the payrolls is because of the kind of corruption and the inequalities around the pays.
There is also the issue of inequality between public sector wages and the politicians' salaries. In the public sector, the average gross salary is 70,000 Kenyan shillings per month. The disparities are glaring as top civil servants under Job Group V earn up to 1.6 million monthly, while the lowest earners in Job Group B receive about 24,906, highlighting a significant income gap. Meanwhile, members of parliament have a gross monthly salary of 739,600 shillings and additional benefits which include committee sitting allowances of up to 240,000 shillings per month, car maintenance allowance of 365,525 Kenya shillings monthly, mortgage and car loans which can rise to 35 million and 8 million respectively. They also have a medical cover with an inpatient cap of up to 10 million annually. The president earns 1,443,750, while the deputy president takes home 1,227,188 every month. The executive has further burdened the taxpayer with the appointment of tens of advisors who earn hundreds of thousands of shillings.
Only 4 million people are giving us almost, I think, 40 to 47% of the revenues we collect. That's just 4 million people. And we have got a nation of 24 million working people.
We have almost 3,000 plus MCAs in this country. We have 400 MPs, we have 47 governors, we have, 20-something cabinet secretaries, then you have almost 20 plus advisors.
The newly proposed salary structures for state officers are set to cost taxpayers an additional 1.07 billion Kenya shillings annually, further straining the country's already tight fiscal space. In an attempt to quell public anger and project fiscal discipline, President William Ruto has announced a freeze on salary increments for cabinet secretaries and members of parliament.
We are not going to borrow money, spend on recurrent expenditure, including salaries.
Critics argue that this is merely lip service, sidestepping the bigger issue of systemic corruption, which continues to drive the ballooning and mismanaged wage bill.
Wakati Gen Z walikufa kwa barabara, ulisema ya kwamba wewe unaenda kupunguza the number of advisors in your government. As we speak right now, ameongeza advisors wake ni wengi kabisa.
There must be a woman somewhere in Kilimani or in Kawangware who wakes up with a sick child, and she's a mama for probably, and she has a choice to make, to take this sick child to the hospital in the morning or to go to do her laundry work. She knows if she goes to the hospital, because of the shortages, she'll queue the whole day. She comes back home to starving others.
Even as it is bloated already, the ratio of the wages you're collecting versus the wage bill, already we really have gone over and above that. I think we still need more. We still need more stuff. So we are in a catch-22. So then how do we work out that? In an attempt to address these fiscal challenges, the government has embarked significant resources for public sector reforms in the 2025-2026 budget. These reforms aim to increase efficiency, transparency, and accountability. The key reform initiatives
Amongst them are zero-based budgeting, which ensures that all expenditures are justified based on current needs rather than relying on past allocations, which is a method that gives a clearer picture of the government's financial standing. The implementation of TSA is meant to streamline government cash resources, reducing borrowing costs and improving cash flow management. Upgrades to the Integrated Financial Management Information System is expected to strengthen financial controls and reduce misappropriations. These fall under public finance management reforms. Under the public procurement reforms, there is e-government procedures, which is being piloted in 12 ministries and counties to reduce procurement costs 10 to 15% while increasing transparency and reducing corruption. Other reforms include the state-owned enterprises reforms, where the government plans to privatize non-performing parastatals and merge those with overlapping functions to reduce the fiscal burden.
So then how do we work out that? I know the target ordinarily, there is always talk about doing away with allowances, doing away with reducing the payment given to board members in parastatal boards and such, but it's a very small percentage.
These reforms are expected to bring several long-term benefits, such as improved fiscal discipline, better service delivery, reduced corruption, and potentially faster economic growth.
Even last year, in the last year Labor Day celebrations, the president increased the minimum wage by 6%, and employers have not even implemented it.
While these initiatives offer hope for improved governance, efficient service delivery, and long-term economic growth, their success will depend on effective execution, overcoming resistance, and maintaining robust monetary systems. Fatma Chidagaya, K24, Nairobi.